Hi guys, my name is Rachel and welcome back to another video. Today I will be talking about how to stay grounded in your faith as a high school student. Now, my only credibility and experience is that I did go through high school, I did graduate, and I am Christian. But besides that, please take my words with a grain of salt. My first piece of advice would be to have daily reminders all around you. Now, this is very helpful to me because I am somebody who often forgets like this. And so whether it's opening my phone to see a Bible verse or having my wallpaper as a Bible verse that really resonates with me, or any small reminders like a cross or stickers on your computer can actually be a really great reminder of not only blessings in your life that God has given you, but also good, wise words that you might need to hear when you're going through difficult times at school. My second piece of advice would be to cut off anything that is causing you to stumble. Matthew 18:8 says, "If your hand or your foot causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to enter life maimed or crippled than to have 2 hands or 2 feet and be thrown into eternal fire." Now, this does sound super extreme, and honestly, you could take this literally, but for me, the way that I kind of applied this into my life was through things that made me stumble, such as secular music. For me personally, I love music, and I also listen to music a lot when I study or even when I'm walking around school. And so instead of listening to secular music that reinforces negative thoughts, sad emotions, I tried to listen to praise music most of the time, which would not only boost my energy, give me good vibes, but also be another reminder of God. Now, everybody has their own convictions, so I would say reflect on what is causing you to stumble and have that discernment to cut it out from your life. The third piece of advice I would give is to pray. You can do this literally anywhere. On your way to school, as you're looking outside the window, you can pray, "God, thank you for this day. Will you protect me? Will you give me the strength to keep studying and to follow your will wherever I go?" Right? You can pray there. You can pray in your seat. You can pray when you don't have any work and you want a nap. You can pray during lunchtime. You can pray during break time. You can pray whenever. And that is one of the best gifts that God has given us. So take it to your advantage. Pray, 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 pray. And not all of your prayers have to look like a request, repentance, right? It can be praising God for his attributes, for his goodness, whatever it is, right? You can also talk to him and kind of explain your thoughts, explain what you're thinking, whether it's something about a school assignment, school work, whether it's about a sin struggle that you have, physically or mentally, spiritual warfare, whatever it is, pray about it. Now, the fourth piece of advice I would give is to share where your identity lies. Now, this one took a long time for me to, have the confidence and the boldness to do. But slowly I just started to talk more about how I'm Christian. And during the first 2 weeks of school, you're usually doing icebreakers, introducing yourself. So it's the perfect time to share with others, "Hey, I'm a Christian, I have strong faith, and faith is such an important aspect in my life." Now, the reason why I was scared to do it at first is because I was worried about what people thought. I was worried about being persecuted. However, it actually turns out that people really didn't care. I thought that I wouldn't make friends, but that was actually the opposite. I met more people who are into their faith, and I was able to connect with them through so many ways. That includes students and even teachers. I also think there's just another level of confidence and boldness that you gain from your peers and the people around you, knowing that, hey, this girl is a Christian. Like, she knows her morals and her values, and I think that's something that rather attracts people, and that security and that firmness in what you believe actually brings people to you. And my fifth piece of advice is to get involved in a community. Join a Christian club at your school. Most schools do have Christian clubs, and if they don't, then start one. But find out who's Christian, right? You may never expect it, especially among the teachers. I had the immense privilege of being able to meet so many different Christian teachers at my high school, and to be able to connect with them, to confide in them, and to build really close mentor-mentee relationships with them that I will always reflect on and think about. And my last piece of advice would be to make some non-Christian friends. I think for me personally, it was a lot easier to make Christian friends than it was to not. And I think a big part of that was because I was scared that I would fall into their ways, I would fall into sin with them, or I would be known as a hypocritical Christian who has all of these morals and values, yet hangs out with these people, talks to these people, acts the same as these people. However, I do think that it's really important to realize that Jesus sat with the sinners, but not only did he sit with them, he shared the gospel with them, right? He gave them the word, he gave them the opportunity to have that everlasting life. And I think that's so important. And I also think that it trains you to actually go into this world and to be a citizen of heaven, even in daily places, whether that's at work, whether that's at a restaurant, no matter where it is. And on the part of, falling into sin, I really do believe that God will give you that strength. And as long as you have the armor of God on, right? As long as you have your shield and as long as you have your sword, then, I can't really see what would go wrong, right? It's so important to always be in tune with the Spirit, to have your ears, your eyes, everything opened, right? To have that proper discernment. So I would say that that's not a worry at all. I think it's also so important to respect adults, to respect those older than you who are not Christian. And at first I had the mindset of, oh, they're not Christian, so I'm just not gonna listen to them. However, the truth is that you can actually learn from them as well, right? For example, I had a mentor who was not Christian. He was actually low-key the opposite of Christian, right? But the way that he looked at this world, the way that he looked at problems of society, the way that he looked at social injustice and inequalities was something that I learned a lot from, and it really opened my eyes, right? But it doesn't just stop there. I put my own faith, my own values into that lens that he taught me, and it makes me think, now that I've seen this perspective, right, how can I go into this world as a Christian, as a disciple, and continue to shine light, right? Continue to bring peace into this world, but heavenly peace that comes from God, peace that derives from Jesus and what he did on the cross. I think that's all for today's video. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope that this was a little bit helpful. I think these are things that really helped me in my own personal journey, staying grounded in my faith while being surrounded and being in an environment with a lot of non-Christians. So that's all for today. Thank you guys. Stay tuned for more content. Thank you guys.